Okay, we're up to step 18 of the 26 steps to become a religious Jew. Someone who has a real deep relationship with God. I keep repeating every video because we don't want to make the mistake to say just being religious is just following laws. The whole idea of being Orthodox religious is to have a real relationship with God. That's the goal, and a better relationship with human beings, of course. So this number 18, and number 18 is all about Hebrew, the language of Hebrew. You cannot be a true Jew if you don't know Hebrew, meaning that the Hebrew is the DNA of the world. In Kabbalah, it's a very big thing, and it says that God created a world with certain powers, 10 powers, and those 10 powers were connected with 22 lines. That's what we call the spheros, the whole Kabbalistic picture that you might have seen in different places. And the idea, if you check spheros on Google, you'll see a picture of balls, right, and different lines. And basically what it means is that all those powers are interconnected with, it's like neurons and synapses, and who connect them. And what's happening is that those connectors are there are 22 connectors connecting the 10 spherot. So what's happening is that for God to activate those powers and to create the world with those powers, with those 10 elements, those 10 powers, God used speech. Baruch she'amar v'haya olam. Blessed is he who speaks and the world comes into being. So there was the blueprint and God spoke it out. So why does God has a mouth? Does God has a voice? Well, God created those concepts because he wants us to live with those concepts. So God is saying, your Hebrew has the power to change the world. Your Hebrew, the Hebrew language, has the ability to connect to the original power of creation, and therefore when you learn Torah in Hebrew, when you pray in Hebrew, it has much more powers than any other languages. So as a Jew, you really need to learn how to speak Hebrew, number one, because of its power. Number two, it's the DNA of the world. Everything is made, the language of Hebrew, everything has a reason why it has these letters. It has this deep Kabbalistic meaning, and the root of every word can be understood. Every word, every name has a reason why that's the name, and you can understand why things are the way they are, the root of everything. So you need, the only really way to do that is to learn Hebrew. This is without saying that when you read the Torah itself, the only way to really understand it is to have the Hebrew, because there's a lot of Hebrew is like a coded language, so you need to really understand the codes. In Judaism, you don't have two different words if you're not trying to express two different ideas. If the same word corresponds to a certain idea. For example, in the Torah, when we want to understand what does the word really mean, we look at the first time that word appears in the Torah, and then we take the context and the meaning, the root of that word, the etymology, and then from that we'll know the meanings of the different places each time it says the same word. Also, a word can have different meanings when it's different contexts. So, but that's the study of Hebrew. The study of Hebrew is necessary. So try to learn Hebrew. Now, be careful. It's dangerous to pray or to learn in Hebrew if you don't understand what you're saying. God doesn't want that. God wants you to feel what you say, understand what you say. So sometimes about prayer, it's better to learn to pray in English, and you get the mitzvah, like you say in Hebrew, according to the Jewish law. But obviously, the ideal is to say in Hebrew and understand what you say. Today we have translated Sidurim, prayer book, or interlinear. So you have the Hebrew and English just under, so you can know exactly what it says. You have the Torah book like that, with Hebrew and English, and you have prayer book, and you have right. Those are the two main ones that we have. So try to learn it. and it will open your eyes and help you understand how to really learn the Torah, and it will have a much stronger impact on everything you do. So good luck on your Hebrew study.